great fight. It was exciting. It was it was competitive all the way through. For the most part, even though Devin did dominate all the way through, but it was competitive. Like it wasn't just a whitewash. But nevertheless, Devin was hurt in I think it was the 11th round, and
10th round.
10th round.
Yeah.
He was hurt in the 10th round, right at the end of the round. And I mean, you got a few people talking about him being hurt and saying this, that, and the third. But to be honest, I feel like what he did prove is that he can take a punch. It showed that he had chin. Lomachenko went down, and a few other people went down. World-class fighters went down from that same punch, and Devin shook it off and came back the next round and continued to dominate.
So do you think that this would be like a learning experience for Devin?
Certainly a learning experience for Devin. I seen at one point that they want to press and full body, full forward, full press, and like towards the 6th round they started to do a little bit more press. I like that style for him a little bit, but he's a better boxer than he is with that. So I expect him to continue to box and do what's got him there.
So sometimes, like when boxers get new trainers, or when they add new trainers to the mix, do it take a couple fights in order for that to mesh?
Yes, indeed. Because for one, you have to learn a person. First of all, you have to have charisma with them, and then you got to learn a person's mannerism and how they operate, and just the way that they call things out. So certainly getting switching trainers could be sometimes a good thing, sometimes it can be a bad thing. But again, yeah, you definitely have to spend some time to get acclimated with that training.
So I want to ask you maybe a few hard questions.
Go for it.
So Devin's style versus Tank. Do you think that'll be a problem?
Devin Style versus Tank. I definitely see with his immaculate defensive skills, he's going to be a problem for anybody. He doesn't have major knockout power, but he's decent enough to beat some people up. But again, I think he's just a slick technician, and I see him coming up with a unanimous decision.
So I mean, the critics is talking about his chin. I mean, they keep talking about his chin, but I noticed during the fight he got caught with they traded hooks,
right?
Like 3 or 4 times.
Good observation. This is true.
And he held up pretty good.
Right, and and again, Linares is a very well-groomed veteran, and he's a strong fighter. I've actually seen Linares drop some when I was in camp out here in Las Vegas. I've seen, not with my eyes personally, but I've seen recordings of him dropping people. A couple of friends, one of the homies was a friend of mine that fought at 154 pounds. So he was dropping middleweights, and sparring. So he's definitely a hard puncher. But again, as I mentioned, fighters have gotten knocked down from him and never got back up. Devin didn't even go down. So if anything, I say it proved that he had a chin. And he came back, and then he didn't come out. That's what I like to see during a fight. If a fighter's hit, I want to see what they look like in a corner to see if they're panicking and see if their corner's panicking. And it looked like he was good. It looked like he was cool. He was conserved. He was regrouping, and he came back to show that he was back in the game.
And one more thing, they talk about him holding in the 11th and 12th or 11th round, basically. That's part of the sport, right?
It is, and it was some excessive holding, but it was expected. He was still hurt, after a punch. He came back out. I did say, he grouped himself, but he was still hurt though. It's kind of after you get knocked down from that, it's really like 1 minute. It's hard to get back within 1 minute. But I said the holding, it was excessive, but he was hurt, so he did. It's a veteran move. It was smart for him to do. I feel, if anything, because he would have got him out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that Errol Spence and Pac-Man fight. Who you got on that fight?
Oh man, that's an explosive, amazing fight that I'm surprised that Pacquiao was willing to take that offer. And being who he is.
Well, you was one of the guys that actually been in the ring with Pacquiao. What does he do that neutralized a lot of fighters?
He's unorthodox. He throws punches from different angles. He throws punches in times that you wouldn't expect him to throw. His cadence is different. And if you're a fighter, you know what I mean by cadence. And his cadence is odd. It's awkward. So when you're used to the average type of cadence or even a world-class cadence, it's definitely fast. But his is a little bit more off. So that's how he's able to he's been able to dominate and do so much. But going back to your question, to be honest, I got to roll with the OG, man. Pacquiao! Pacquiao, baby. I'm rolling with Pac, man. Hey, look. He's
well, how hard is his punch? Because you actually
he punches very hard. He punches very hard. I mean, every punch, no punches feel good to me, but even if a baby hit me in my chin, I don't like it. But nevertheless, he punches hard. He definitely has good power. His power is undeniable. But as I was saying, he's an OG going into a fight, and a lot of people doubted him when he was fighting Thurman. People was like, "Oh, he fighting Thurman, he crazy. He's going to demolish him." What'd he do? Dominated. Dropped Thurman. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And you haven't even seen it. Thurman hadn't even been dropped before that fight, if I'm not mistaken. So, he pulled it off, and I'm rocking with the OG, man. P for Pacquiao. P for Filipino. Pacquiao. Power. Pound for pound.
I got one more fight. I got Wilder versus Tyson.
Wilder versus Tyson, man. So
Part 3.
I'm so happy this trilogy is happening because Tyson, if y'all know, he wasn't looking to give him a part 3, and he was saying that you spoke down on my name, and that's the reason why I'm not going to give you this fight. He didn't want to fight that man because we know who he was going against. But nevertheless, man, I'm happy that he's able to redeem that third match.
So do you think Wilder gave him a favor by letting him get back in the game when they first fought?
Right, he did.
When he was like 400 or 500 pounds, right?
Yeah, I remember he did do that. But now, I mean, it was somebody didn't read the fighting print and was foolish, and it's another fight, and I'm happy for that. And to be honest, I see Wilder coming back to claim his title, man. And all due to respect to the Gypsy King. I like him. I like his personality. I like his energy. He's funny, But Wilder's coming back, Jack.
That's real talk. So, what are the projects you got going on now?
Right now, I'm actually working on a strand of my own hard hitter pre-roll infused with diamond THCAs. So that should be dropping out of my own dispensary. I just opened actually 4 months ago. Opened a cannabis club called Authentic 415 right in the city, 165 Mississippi, by the way. But right now I'm at the point where I'm working on my own brand, just to have my hard hitter line, my own hard hitter strand, and my hard hitter tinctures, bombs, topicals, the whole nine.
Oh, that's real. So how can the fans get a hold of you?
They can reach me at Karim Mayfield at motherfucking IG.
Hashtag Karim motherfucking Mayfield. All right. Thanks a lot.
And there you have it.
All right.